Hi everybody, welcome to Module 6 for Professional Issues in Ethics. This week we're going to be talking about special issues in ethics as they apply to specialized populations. So for example, children and families or doing group therapy work, and also issues that might arise in specialized contexts such as forensic or correctional settings and providing therapy in those settings. So the book this week provides a good overview of these issues. So what I'd like to do through this week's written lecture is provide some additional information that is specific to Massachusetts that I'm hoping will provide specialized advice specific to Massachusetts that's very practical about how to handle these issues in your practice. And the second issue I'd like to address this week is looking at how these issues might come up in a forensic context and providing one example of therapy with sex offenders in federal correctional complexes that is of particular interest to me, and I hope you'll find that interesting as well. The first part of the lecture regarding Massachusetts law will address questions such as, if I'm doing therapy with children, how do I balance the need for the child to have some privacy with the parent's right or entitlement to have some information about how their child's therapy is going. I'll also address things such as what happens if you need to civilly commit a child. Does the child's age matter? Does it matter if it's a younger child versus an older child? Do the rights vary at a certain age? And also, I'll talk a little bit about whether you need the parent's permission and what to do in the case that the child's parents won't provide permission, but you think that maybe the child needs to have an emergency civil commitment. I'll also address things like what's a 51A, what's the difference between a 51A and a C&P, or care and protection, that's commonly referred to as a C&P, or a CHINS, or a child in need of protection, or a child in need of services. Finally, I'll look at a forensic context and talk a bit about the way that group therapy has been done in the federal prison system with sex offenders, and how a recent law has changed the informed consent process and the ethical implications of how informed consent is given now versus how it used to be given to people, and how the previous therapy information can still be used despite the lack of informed consent. And interestingly, that's all falls under Section 4248, or what's commonly referred to as 4248, which is 42 USC 4248. And that is the federal sex offender commitment law, so the sexually violent predator law, similar to what you would see in Kansas versus Hendricks, for example, on a state level, for those that are familiar with that case. And it's also referred to as the Adam Walsh law. So for those of you who are interested, the constitutionality of that statute is actually being challenged right now in the Supreme Court, and they expect oral arguments to be heard this month. So good luck with the readings, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll look forward to seeing you next weekend. Thanks.